Kitco Mining's special coverage of Gold Forum Americas is brought to you by Metalla Royalty.
All smiles at New Gold as its turnaround continues. This is Paul Harris for Kitco Mining at the 2024 Gold Forum Americas in Colorado Springs. Joining me today to discuss this is Patrick Godin, CEO of New Gold. Patrick, welcome back to Kitco.
Thank you.
Now, New Gold seems to really have turned a big corner and it's one of the best performing gold stocks this year. Your share price is up more than 100% year to date. You were smiling when we met at the BMO Metals and Mining Conference in February this year. You must be ecstatic now.
Yeah, we're really happy. It's mainly because the fundamentals are there. It's what is important. So it's not necessarily the gold price. As we perform, we deliver. We are delivering our project on time and on budget, and I think it's really important to maximize the opportunity of the current gold price. So if we're late, we'll not fully leverage that. And also, since a while, New Gold did not necessarily invest in exploration. And I think we are at a stage where we had possibility to be aggressive. So on exploration at both sites, and we can say that we start to have a payout of that. So we see that we can not only generate cash flow on the short as planned, but also that we have an opportunity to extend the future of our two assets on good fundamentals. That can be really nice.
Now, when we spoke earlier this year, you said 2024 will be a transformational year for the company. Is it developing that way?
Yeah, so we were planning to be cash flow positive as a corporation point of view in the second half of the year. We achieved that in Q2. So I think it was a really good milestone for us. We're pleased we did that because the gold price and the copper price were favorable compared to what we planned in the budget. But also we're pleased because we deliver our guidance in terms of AISC and capital cost. So basically we're not good because gold price is favorable. I think we did a good job because, so as said to you when we met, the gold price is not making good miners. So we're proud of that. And I think it's what is also is we want to be recognized as a miner of choice. We deliver our guidance since the last 8 quarters. It was important for us. So I think it's a good trend for us.
Now, New Gold's been producing from New Afton, British Columbia and Rainy River in Ontario for a number of years, but Rainy River was a difficult build. It's always been high cost production, but now you're getting on top of the costs and really bringing those down. What are some of the things you've done to do that, to bring the costs down?
But first is so at Rainy, we increased our gold production so slightly, so it will ramp up in 2025 and it will also ramp up in 2026. Our objective with exploration is to keep the feed from the open pit as long as we can. But also the pushback in the pit, so we start to slow down the mining in the pit, so it's having an impact on our AISC too. We were able to stabilize our milling costs, but we also improved mining recovery by 1.7% in 2023, and we carry it over this year. So it's what is helping us to reduce our costs. I think we are trending in our guidance for AISC or lower than previous year too. So it's really significant for us.
Is there more that you can do to continue to bring that down, perhaps increasing recovery further?
It will improve because when we are currently mining Intrepid underground mine with a smaller portion of our feed at 1,000 tons per day mostly. But when underground main will be in production, it will be 5,500 tons per day and the average grade will be 2.7. So it's way better in terms of, it will improve the AISC because the gold production will increase and our fixed costs will remain the same. So it's going to be a good trend too. But the fact that we are in the pushback number 4 with the final pushback with the current reserve, that we will probably expand again at the end of this year. But in the current reserve portfolio that we have, we are completing the pushback, so it's mainly helping us to improve AISC in the next 3 years. Okay,
now high gold production and reducing costs in an environment where the gold price is going high. The gold price is up, $500 or $600 per ounce this year. What impact has the expanding gold price, the increasing gold price had on the company and your balance sheet?
First, but immediate one is we anticipate to be cash flow by a quarter. So I think it's good. We try to preserve this leverage for our shareholders. It will help us to manage our debt on the short term, medium term. it's providing us more liquidity to be more active. By example, we did, I think, a really good deal. It was good for teachers and it was good for shareholders when we bought back a part of the free cash flow interest of teachers in New Afton. So now they were at 46%. Now they are at 19.9%. I think to have more liquidity is helping us to do this type of transaction. It's helping us also to be way more aggressive in exploration to shape our future. So I think it's the drilling bits is adding a lot of value to our shareholders actually, and the current gold price is helping us to be more aggressive too.
Are you able to buy back the rest of the teachers' part there, or are they set at 19% for?
The thing is, we did that based on it's a mutual agreement, so they were not forced to. We have an option to buy back them in total, not partially. I think they respect also our capacity at that time because we negotiated that in May, if I'm right. So I think it was balanced with we didn't want to increase our debt load, so we paid that with $100 million in cash, and we raised 172 of equity. That was a success, and we had new shareholders to us. It's just we want to respect our capacity at that time. If they want to sell, I think we have a right of first refusal, or we can still negotiate with them. But going forward, I think it was a good deal at that time, and we're still having we still have the window to buy them back if they want to.
Okay, so the New Gold recovery is going very, very well. We're at an investor conference. What is the response that you're getting from investors?
I think they are really pleased because mainly for the new shareholders who came in the stock at 172 US today, they are really happy. So it's nice improvement. I think the majority of them are pleased by our performance. So it's nice because we're doing this job to also create value for them. At the end of the day, it's really happy also when a long-term shareholder was selling the stock and he made money. It's because we did a good job for him. And it's important in our industry because we had a bit of exit of new inflow of cash, basically because we're not performing. So if we can do that, we're pleased by this, really honored. But shareholders are looking now, asking to us, okay, what's next? They like the fact that we're adding value through exploration and to do organic growth. But it's the question that is coming is, okay, but what's next? So can you do more? And that's probably the majority of my peers are working on this actually too.
Well, let's take those two things one at a time. You've mentioned exploration a couple of times. Through recent years, New Gold wasn't able to explore. You didn't have the capital to do that. Now that you do, how are you looking to grow and extend the lives of New Afton and Rainy River?
Okay. So Rainy River, our first objective was because actually in our current reserve, we'll bring the open pit mining up to the end of 2026. We will add an extension of probably 16 months to this with the new phase 5 that will start. So it will bring us to, we'll say mid-2028, and after that we have 2 years of low-grade stockpile to keep our mill throughput at 24,000 tons per day combined with the underground feed. So our exploration objective actually is to as much as we can, to extend the open pit mine life. We can be bullish on the gold price a bit too, but it will help because other than the mining cost to do the pushback or to mine the shallow pit, we have no additional costs. We have a workforce that is well trained and is enthusiastic and accountable. We have a mining equipment that was in excellent conditions. We have all the investment in terms of working cap, maintenance, etc. is all in place. So we want to maximize this value for our shareholder. And underground at Rainy, we have the possibility to extend the mine life. We had a lot of gaps in the drilling. We did some tests and we were successful. We presented that last Wednesday on the press release. So, and we have possibility also to, not necessarily for now, to increase the mine throughput, but to extend the mine life. So it's positive. For New Afton, it's different. So we have the block cave in C-Zone that is going, the development of C-Zone is going extremely well. We're mining B3 and actually the reconciliation is bang on. We're pleased by this. So C-Zone, we will complete the main investment on the infrastructure in Q4. So next year we'll mainly complete development and build drawbells. So, but C-Zone will be, with the current reserve, will be active up to the end of 2030. We will probably add 1 year on reserve up to 2031 at the end of this year. So it's give us 7 years. And so we have actually two indicated resources. We have D-Zone with under C-Zone, and we have East Extension. But we saw New Afton on a different way. We have highly qualified people. We have a lot of our people who are having more than 10 years of seniority. It's a wonderful place to live, Kamloops. It's beautiful in BC. So, and our people are having the possibility to raise their family and to have promotion and grow their career. We are connected to green energy. We have a strong social acceptability with SSN. We have an in-pit waste tailings storage facility that is not requiring investment looking forward. And when C-Zone will be mined out, we still have 30 million tons to discharge in this. We have a good asset. And we were aggressive this year. We developed a drift to be well positioned to drill. We drilled key zone that will provide to us excellent returns in terms of intersection and grades, as copper, as gold is kicking really well. So, and we want to continue to be aggressive. I said to you that we have two resources, indicated resources on hand. We want to have 4, we want to push to be 5, we want to be aggressive and to look at this and to reduce the capital allocation and improve an EV for our shareholders. We strongly believe that New Afton is an asset where we can be in 2040.
Okay.
And it's good to be in copper and gold.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about what's next. There's a lot of development stage projects in British Columbia. And also during the days when New Gold was fighting for its survival, you had to offload. You sold the Blackwater project in British Columbia to Artemis Gold. Artemis is close to bringing that into production. Would you like to get that back?
It's easy to be a Monday morning quarterback. I think my predecessor, they did a good job to restructure the balance sheet, and it was essential. So I think we should not have regret. It's a good asset. I think they're doing well. I'm very pleased to see that the construction is going well too, because with what we need in our industry, success like Artemis or Equinox, it's really important. But I will not have regrets on that. For sure it's going to be nice to have this in our portfolio. Like to be in BC and consolidate the activity in BC can save a lot also in terms of the ASIC and real synergies. But it's too late to do this.
Yeah, but okay. So are you perhaps looking at something else to build yourselves?
I think I'm a mine builder, so I think it's going to be really pleased to build another mine from scratch. It's a nice challenge. It's wonderful. To be honest, it's like to be in playoff as an hockey player. The trail is really nice. But for New Gold, I think if we have to grow, preferable, the first step before to build something will be to add a third leg. Will generate cash, and after that, it will de-risk the construction going forward and make sure that we're not coming to the end with a problem and we need to again be in the same position that we were in Rainy River in 2017. So it's mainly this. My preference will be to add a third leg before to...
So a third leg in terms of another producing asset?
Yeah.
And would that be, do you see, as an acquisition or more perhaps as a merger?
It will depend. It's always depending. So it's easy to forecast that during an interview like this or in front of a good glass of wine. But when we get close to the reality, so everybody's over or undervaluated, so you're always having the social aspect in this. We should respect that. But we'll see what is the good match. We don't want to grow. We don't want to have this. But when we merge with someone, it's like to get married with someone. So everybody's bringing pros to the deal. And actually, I think our industry needs to preserve the talent. We need to preserve our people. We need to provide to them opportunity to stay in our business. If not, it will go nowhere. So it's why the consolidation also is an option to preserve that and preserve mining in Canada too.
Now, a lot of investors, including investors I've spoken with here, they say that there's too many intermediate stage gold producers, and they want more consolidation. What would be a good type of company or style of company for New Gold to merge with? Would you be looking at out of market cap basis, production basis, location basis?
Based on my personal experience, security is a big aspect for me because I was so I had bad experience in my life. Not for me, but for my people, because I really care for them. So I don't want to position ourselves. And New Gold as a company cannot survive to a government who will call back the permits. We will never survive to this. So I think we want to work in an environment where the jurisdiction is pretty stable and political situation is well defined. So because as an intermediate mining company, we cannot survive to this. Try to be, so you can stay in the Americas. So myself, I work in West Africa. I think actually maybe it's not a good timing, but I also involved a bit in South America. The CEO of the company is a guy who was with Yamana before. He was really successful in Brazil and Chile. We're pretty open in terms of this. We'll go where mining is. So we're not having a purely Canada, and so it's nice to be in Canada. We like to be in Canada. We have good relationship, and it's pretty nice also in terms of traveling. For us, it's making our life easier, but we're open to. We're not restricted.
What's the potential timeline on potentially doing something? As I mentioned, your share price is up 100% year to date. Not a lot of your peers have that same appreciation, so your paper's worth a lot more than it was at the start of the year, and perhaps puts you in a better position to transact. We need to be two to dance a tango, okay? And in this, we cannot force this. But sometimes it can happen pretty quickly. Some others will take more time. And usually you need, one of my former relationships said to me, usually a deal will die 2 times before to be closed. So the timing is really tough to decide. Okay, I'll leave that one for now. How do you think the rest of the year is going to play out for the gold space and for New Gold?
Oh, if you read the market itself, so some are really optimistic. I have one guy who was a senior of the industry, Pierre Lasson, who said the gold price will be at 3,000 one day. So I think when we read, actually, it seems that it's a possibility in 2025. I think if it depends of the I think a big part of the election politics. It depends also of the stability of the world in terms of how China will react or to their economy, and so it was not. People were pretty bullish on copper at the beginning in the first half of the year. You saw what happened to copper. Basically, it's difficult to read the situation politically. Depend on the debt in the U.S. Depend on they cut the interest rate in the U.S. What is the percentage and what they cut? So, but I think actually it's trending to be around 2,500 for up to the end of the year.
Okay, well, congratulations on a great 2024 year to date. Patrick Godin, thank you very much for joining us today.
Pleasure. Thank you to you.
And we have a lot more to come from the 2024 Gold Forum Americas, so hit that subscribe button to see all of our videos. I'm Paul Harris, and this is Kitco Mining.
Kitco Mining's special coverage of Gold Forum Americas is brought to you by Metalla Royalty.